Hello and welcome to Junior Football Kicktalk Reboot. It was the big freeze during the past week, so a lot of games didn't make it for the weekend, but let's look at the results. So it was a blank card in terms of the Premier Division, but we go into the McBookie.com Super First Division. Largs 2, Rutherglen 0. Ayrshire District League, Ardeer 0, Irvine 1, Saltcoats 0 and Bank 4. Central District First, Port Glasgow 1, Lesmahago 0. And the big result in the Scottish Junior Cup, Rob Roy 1, Glenafton, the holders 0. And 4-4, Shotts Bonaccord 2. And myself, Callum Corral, I was at Barfields Park, Largs, where the score was Largs 2, Rutherglen 0. Now, this will overcome a run of poor form to finish 2017 with a much needed victory. Now, although it was a 2-goal margin and Rutherglen had 2 players sent off, it was closer than the scoreline suggested. Glenn Cairn never giving up the ghost. Largs had to remain resolute before getting a late second goal. So it was a poor start from Largs, with visions of their last match at Barfields against Renfrew when they conceded in the first minute. Thistle keeper Sean Graham was quick off his line though, making the save from the rampaging Alessandro Savarese, this 21-year-old formerly from Cambuslang. Now Largs recovered from that earlier wobble and they went on to dominate proceedings in that first half, and they had 2 penalty claims, Scott Adam and Ian Fisher both going down in the box, but to no avail. Midfielder Ryan McKee for Largs was making some good runs and looking dangerous, and he forced the ball home in 20 minutes after Fisher's corner into the box wasn't properly cleared by the away team. Adams' killing cross from the right hand side then buffeted the crossbar as Largs looked to add to the lead, and 8 minutes into the second half the visitors reduced to 10 men. Craig McGregor's challenge on Laurie McMaster resulting in the dismissal, but 10 men at Rutherglen refused to lie down and they sent a deflected effort whizzing past Thistle's right post, so that was a warning sign. And Largs had 2 excellent openings to put the game beyond doubt. Craig Little's header came off the right hand post and Nicky Jimison, the other defender for Largs, with the goal gaping, but he flashed his header wide. Thistle keeper Graham had to be lively, making 2 very good stops to deny Jameson and sub Mackay before yet another dismissal for the visitors as Leyden was cautioned again. Largs made the point safe on 87 minutes and it was a goal of real quality. Adams spun in the byline after a quick throw in and he delicately chipped at the out-rushing keeper, and the ball landed in the net on 87 minutes, like I say, with 3 minutes to go, so it really was a killer goal. So Thistle made heavy work of it, but they definitely deserved it, there was no doubt about it. Credit to Rutherglen, who never gave up fighting, and Largs go into 2018 just off the top 4, and they'll have their promotion hopes renewed after that important win. So final score at Barfields Park, Largs Thistle 2, Rutherglen 0. And after the match, I spoke to Thistle boss Stuart Davidson.
First and foremost, I think it was a deserved win. I thought the boys started the game really well. They showed a real hunger and desire to get in a bit Rutherglen, who on their day can beat any team in this league. So we kind of set our stall at the early doors and showed that we were up for the battle. Obviously at 1-0, getting in at 1-0, I thought we maybe could have had a penalty or 2 as well.
Absolutely,
which made it a bit more comfortable for us. But we knew Rutherglen would come out in the second half and pick their game up, and when you've been on top in the first half and maybe you should be out of sight a wee bit more, it's hard because that other team was coming out with their backs up and ready to go again, and you've got to try and find the same levels for the first half to match it. So I think that the sending off actually changed it a wee bit. It became harder for us. We've been involved in a couple of games and we've went down to 10 men and we've become the better team this season. So people underestimate how hard it is to play against the 10. But I thought we did cope with it well. I don't think Rutherglen caused us too many problems today, which is great from your point of view because I know they are a good attacking side and score a lot of goals.
Yeah, we hit the woodwork twice, crosses and shots as well, so we came close as well on a few occasions, like you say, we dominated stuff. So let's say Largs I thought there was a real energy about Largs in the first half, which was maybe it was a high tempo as such.
Aye, the tempo was high, and we stressed that before the game. It had to be, as I say, because teams like Rutherglen coming down for Glasgow, they've always got a bit about them, and you need to match that. Plus the fact we didn't have a game last week maybe adds to it a wee bit. The boys are hungry. and I just thought it was a deserved win, and it was a needed win going into the break, just for that psychological boost of getting a win, because we've not had one in the league for a while. So that was good.
Yeah. And the second goal from Scott was a high quality finish.
Yep. Oh, you expect that for Ardeer, and I'd have been surprised if we went through the game without him getting his goal. It was a great finish, so it was. And I feel it was deserved just to get that extra wee goal. Rutherglen will feel hard done by getting the two boys sent off, and they still battled hard, but I felt that we were always going to win it in the end.
Sure. And thanks to Stuart Davison. And now it's over to Stuart McConnell, who was at Ardeer versus Irvine Vicks.
Welcome to Ardeer Stadium, where the final score in this Bookie Ayrshire District League match was Ardeer Thistle 0, Irvine Victoria 1. Vicks went into the game looking to atone for their recent defeat against Winton Rovers. No, it was our last match, played some 3 weeks ago. They began well, and Stevie Wilson's side, and Kevin Adam hooked across into the box in 5 minutes, and it was turned away by the Ardeer defence. Then at the other end, 12 minutes, Archie Sewell was foiled inside the box by a strong challenge from Vicks defender Paul Young. Then the West Enders forged an opening a minute later when Callum Davison shot high and wide from 25 yards. The visitors forged another opportunity in 18 minutes when Sean Mearswain hit a ball inside the box in 22 minutes. But he shot straight at goalie Paul McCann. Then 2 minutes later, 25-yard free kick from Ryan Singleton was easily saved by McCann. A cross from 22 yards by Ryan Morrow was well handled by Vicks goalie Chris Lamb. As play at this stage flowed from end to end, Ardeer spurned a great chance in 36 minutes, and Gordon Wilson had Lamb to beat from the edge of the box, but blasted wildly over the bar. Morrow then shot wide from 20 yards 3 minutes later for Ardeer. Vicks took the lead with the first chance of the second half in 46 minutes when Mears slipped a good through ball to Grant Bolton. He was unchapped, with the defence a bit askew. He volleyed into the bottom corner of the net from 10 yards, although goalie McCann could have done much better with that. Lamb easily saved a Derek Kennedy shot from outside the box in 51 minutes. The same player then shot wide from 20 yards 2 minutes later. A blur was in with just McCann to beat from 10 yards in 58 minutes, but shots wildly over the bar. Again, Kennedy was booked for diving, although he looked to have been tripped on the edge of the box by Young in 61 minutes. Visiting player Pete Wood is booked for a late challenge in 66 minutes. 10 minutes from time, Davidson shot well over the top from 16 yards, and then Chris Wilson sliced a shot well wide from 25 yards 5 minutes from time. So that was really pretty much it. It was a scrappy match, admittedly, on a game in an afternoon difficult for football with hard conditions. It was quite a hard park, but it was Vicks who go into their Christmas party at the Park Hotel and quite fine fettle after this victory, whereas Ardeer move into the bottom three and must look to start picking up points, get out of their rut. So from Ardeer Stadium, where the final score in this Bookie Ayrshire District League clash was Ardeer Thistle 0, Irvine Vicks 1. It's Stuart McConnell for Kicktalk.
And after the match, Stuart spoke to victorious Vicks boss Stevie Wilson.
Going to win it.
I said I thought we thought they deserved to win the game.
Yeah.
I thought we were the better team over the course of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I thought first half we were really decent. We knocked the ball about really well. I thought we used our width right well with Sean Mears and Graham Anderson. I thought we used it well, and I just felt that just the final pass, the end product at half time. From listening more, and then we're defending well, we're working well in midfield, we're crunching into tackles. Just the final pass was letting us down. We were just the only thing missing in the first half, I'd say, is a goal. Yeah. But I'd say Ardeer had a wee spell, maybe 5 minutes before half time. They put a wee bit of pressure on us, and I said to the boys, they'll get their pressure, just make sure we're solid and we don't give anything away, which we managed to get in at half time. And then the second half again, I thought we were the better team. I thought Eddie's missed a glorious chance. Some of the link up play with Eddie and Kev was excellent. We got in behind them a couple of times. I felt we needed the second goal just to kill it. Yeah. Because I knew they would obviously start throwing like Holden and all that up front to try and rescue something. And I felt we needed the second goal just to kill it. But clean sheet, we've not played in a number of weeks. Yeah. I'm over them
I'm over the moon. In terms of the league situation, I think that puts us up into second place again. And it's a good way to finish the year as such, because we'll not have a fixture now after Christmas and New Year. So the boys have got their night out. Hopefully they're going to enjoy it.
Where are they going?
I think they're going to, is it Rugby Park, the Command?
Park Hotel.
They're going there. Unfortunately I can't make it, I'm working tomorrow, so
Alright.
I miss out. So hopefully they'll go and have a good night, good Christmas and New Year. We'll keep ticking over, and then hopefully after the New Year we're ready to motor again.
And Stuart also spoke to Ardeer boss Derek Gemmell.
Competed very well, you know, against a team at the top of the league, and it's tight.
It was a tight game, I
Especially an early second half goal.
I didn't think there was much in the game between the two teams.
Yeah.
And one mistake hinged in the result, in my eyes, to be honest with you.
What's that?
The one mistake hinged in the result of the
yeah.
game. As I say, that was the difference in the two teams.
At the goal,
It was a goal. I would say it would be the defender maybe clearing the ball.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you can take a lot of positives, you think, from
We take a lot of positives, but as I say, it's a points business. It's points that make prizes, and as I say, we can't keep saying this week in, week out. We're unlucky in defeat, you know what I mean? So we need to start putting points on board, you know what I mean? As I say, it's
Where are you
Christmas.
now?
I think we're sitting in the bottom three, so we're no great. We've got 3 points out of 7-8 games, and which isn't good enough. We're playing well in games, and we're not getting it.
So you need to get that into an end product, I suppose, don't you? They're playing well.
We need the results.
Cash in chances, you had a few.
We had the chances, but as I say, don't take them, and it comes back to hunt you at the other end. There wasn't much between the two teams, to be honest. I thought second half, we had the better of the second half. I thought could only see if we get one goal, we could maybe we could go and maybe get a result, but it never happened. So.
So that you having a break now, of course.
We're having a wee break. I don't think we've got a game for next Saturday, so I think we'll be back the 6th of January. We'll maybe keep the boys ticking over the festive period, a couple of wee bounce games, and things like that, just to keep them ticking there. And
the last week against Winton, it wasn't that much in that, was
As I say, it was the same. It was pretty similar today. You know what I mean? I thought we played a lot better today than we did.
I thought your midfield did well.
They worked hard, as I say. I went in there after the game, and I say the effort, the work rate was all there. Just the result, wasn't it? You know what I mean?
And that's it for 2017 and Kicktalk Reboot. Thanks to Stuart McConnell for his contributions, and I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year, and we'll see you in 2018.